we're finally getting to the real meat of what I do as a bike fitter. Maybe the most important or critical piece of equipment that I use for my craft, and that's the motion capture system. This one is by Retul. There's a few others. I think Shimano's going to introduce one, but that kind of panned out a little bit, fizzled out. But it is a motion capture system. If you've ever, the way I explain to clients, if you've ever seen how they make those Pixar movies in Hollywood, they got the guy in the sound lots, got the suit with little dots all over him. It's the same thing. It's motion capture. So what it does, it's basically you apply these dots, these little infrared lights that this tracker picks up. So what happens, we have these infrared dots or lights we put on key parts of our body, mostly on the joints, and it's creating a segment between those 2 points, the 2 dots. And so when the segments intersect, it's going to create an angle. And really it's the angles and the distances that I use to get the raw data that helps me interpret that subject's position on the bike. So it is basically there's a whole lot of information. Not all of it is relevant, is some, but it gives me a whole ream of data that I use to give me a better picture, an overall picture of that person on the bike and what they're actually doing. Because I measure them while they're moving, while they're pedaling under different loads. So there's a big difference between this, a motion capture system, versus a static fit, different thing. So I find this is an indispensable tool in my arsenal of fit equipment. So it's and I do a lot of static fits too. I do a basic fit, and I get pretty good results with that. But if I had a choice, would I use this motion capture system versus a static fit, even though it's kind of a pain sometimes to set up and put all the dots and sensors on? Yes, every time. I think it really does make a difference. It really does give me better information. That's really all that it is, just giving you information. I think some people have some misconceptions about Retul or motion capture, that somehow you're fitting just the numbers and fitting is more complicated than that. Well, yeah, of course, but I'm not necessarily fitting to the numbers that are normally the ranges, but I am taking them into consideration. But it's still up to me to take that data, take that information, and find the signal through the noise. So that's really what the Retul does, is give you a lot of information that I use to work with, and I find it helps me greatly if I'm finding the most precise way, the most in-depth way to fit a personal bike. So let's go to the